Yes, I'm here.
Great. Thank you, Patricia. Yes, great. So, let's start. Can you see the screen? Yes, I
Yeah.
guess. Great. So, we will do um, practice on tonality. Do you remember what tonality was before we do the practice? Wait, it's my computer froze. Okay, there. Do you remember what tonality was?
When we separate a phrase into chunks.
Yes, great, great, great. So, um, you will listen to, well, you will first watch a video. So this is the beginning of the movie Shrek. Oh, wait, it my PowerPoint. Give me a second. It just stopped working. But yes, so we will do a practice with a video of Shrek. So have you watched that movie? It's really famous.
Yes, several
Yeah,
times.
yeah, I really like it. It's really good. So let me open again the PowerPoint because it just closed itself. So yes, I will put a video first, and then we will move into chunking the script. So you will see the script in the screen. If you want me, I can put the the script for you to do it on your own, but I think it's okay if we do it together. Okay, so here we have the presentation. Okay, it's not working. For some reason, it just stopped working. So sometimes you have to deal with this kind of stuff. The problems that come with doing everything on computers. I'm still not able to show you my screen. Okay, give me a couple of minutes. I will sort this out. So please bear with me. No, not working. It doesn't. I will get out and join the meeting again. So please be patient. Okay, I'm back. Let's try again. Yes. Good, good, good. So let's move. Okay. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Finally, good. So, as I was saying, I will show you a video from from the movie Shrek, and just first listen to it and try to guess where the pauses are or where you would chunk the speech. So, listen to it.
Once upon a time, there was a lovely princess. But she had an enchantment upon her of a fearful sort, which could only be broken by love's first kiss. She was locked away in a castle, guarded by a terrible fire-breathing dragon. Many brave knights had attempted to free her from this dreadful prison, but none prevailed. She waited in the dragon's keep, in the highest room of the tallest tower, for her true love and true love's first kiss. Like that's ever gonna happen.
Okay, could you listen to it, right? Don't tell me
Yes.
you yes, okay.
Yes.
Yes, it would have been terrible that you weren't able to listen to it. So, okay, here we have the script without punctuation. You only will see like these stops here, but you will have to try to guess where the stops are. But for that, you will listen to it again. So, pay attention.
Once upon a time, there was a lovely princess. But she had an enchantment upon her of a fearful sort, which could only be broken by love's first kiss. She was locked away in a castle, guarded by a terrible fire-breathing dragon. Many brave knights had attempted to free her from this dreadful prison, but none prevailed. She waited in the dragon's keep, in the highest room of the tallest tower, for her true love and true love's first kiss. Like that's ever gonna happen.
Okay, so let's do it together. Were you able to identify where the stops are or where the chunking should be? Any volunteers for the first chunk or the first IP?
Yes, after princess.
After princess. Okay, thank you. The next one?
After sword.
Sword. Okay, great. After that? Any other volunteers? Volunteers, yeah. Thank you, Karen. Do you want to listen to it again?
Maybe kiss after.
Okay, kiss. Yes, because there's a full stop. I mean a stop there. So that makes sense. The next one.
After castle.
Okay, good. What else? Where else?
After prison.
After prison.
Prison.
Here.
Yes.
Okay.
After dragon.
Okay, so here. Here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the next one? Oh, yes, tell me.
In this dragon. Yes, there. I couldn't see the.
Do you have yes, the next one? The next chunking.
Prevail.
Okay, so there's a dot in there, so it makes sense. Next.
After love.
Love. Here?
After love. Between
Oh,
love
the
and
first one.
the first love, yes.
Yes, okay. And after that?
In after tower.
After tower, okay. And the last one would be here?
Yes, and I think that after once upon a time. After time.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's check. Okay, so here are the answers, and I'm gonna play it again so you can see, but yes, so it's not in the same. You cannot listen to it. Okay, I'm not gonna play it again, but here are the answers. So it would be once upon a time there was a lovely princess. That's the first IP, right? And then, but she had an enchantment upon her of a fearful sort. Sorry. Then another chunk. So which could only be broken by love's first kiss. Next one, because you can see there's punctuation there. She was locked away in a castle. Another stop. Guarded by this one is difficult, so bear with me. Guarded by a terrible fire-breathing dragon. Then another stop. And many brave knights had attempted to free her from this dreadful prison, sorry, another stop, then but none prevailed, another stop. After that, it would be she waited in the dragon's keep, stop, in the highest room of the tallest tower, stop, and then for her true love, that was right, there was a chunking after love, and then and true love's first kiss, and of course there is a stop there, so it should be there should be another line in there. So is it easier to understand now that you listen to the audio and you can spot where the speaker is pausing? Is it easier?
Yes.
Yes. This, as we were, as Margaret was saying before the break, this might sound difficult, but when we practice it, it gets easier. So yes, this is tonality. Remember that. Now let's move to tone. Do you remember what tone was? You have here the answer, but okay. So tone was the type of intonation that sentences have. So I will give you 5 minutes, and you will have to identify the type of intonation that these sentences have. Remember that we use specific types of intonation depending on what we are saying. So um, try to check the notes that you took from the explanation in the first half of the class. It will make it a lot easier. So go on, 5 minutes to do this. Okay, are you ready? Shall we start checking?
I think so.
Okay, great. Would you mind giving me the first example? The first sentence? What do you think? Fall, rise, or fall, rise?
I think the first one is a falling intonation.
Okay, so we're putting a arrow going down. Thank you. And the next one? Any volunteers? We have milk out at home, don't we? Karen, any idea?
Rise. Yes, rising intonation.
Okay, well done. Um, excuse my arrows. I'm still getting better with drawing here. Number 3. Any ideas? Do you
I think
think
that
it's
it is also
A rising intonation?
okay? So yes, okay. Let's put rising because I heard kind of a lot of people, so was a bit confusing. But okay, so that should be an arrow going up. And number 4, what do you think? What do you think the intonation should be?
A falling intonation as well.
Okay. Falling. And the last one?
Rising.
Okay, great. So tell me, in the first one, why do you think the first one is falling intonation?
Because
Anyone can
it's
tell me. Yes?
requesting information.
Yes, it's a WH question requesting information. Great. Well done. The second one, what do you think it's rise intonation?
Because it is a tag question.
Yes, it is a question tag and it is showing uncertainty, right? This person is not sure if they have milk at home. So yes, it is a rising intonation. It was good. And 3, what do you think? What do you think? Why do you think it's a rise? You are not sure with this one?
It's a yes or no question.
Yes, it is a yes or no question. That's good. But here, it is actually a fall rise intonation. So let me draw the arrow for this is actually a yes or no question. But in this case, it shows a fall rise because it is showing also uncertainty. So for now, let's see the fifth example because this one is also a yes or no question, but it is not showing our uncertainty. Sorry. So in this case, number 3 would be, do you think this? Do you think it's allowed? So can you see that? Do you think going down and then it's allowed? It goes up. Do you when you listen to it? Do you notice the change?
Yes.
Yes, it can be tricky because you will have to listen to it to be sure, but it was okay, so it's fine. 4, why is it falling? Why do you think 4 is falling? Any ideas? Nope.
Because it's requesting information, same
Again,
Because it is
yes,
a W.
yes, yes. So it is a WH question, and it is requesting information, like the first example. So that was correct, and the last one was correct as well. It is a rise intonation because it is yes or no question, and yes, you just say yes or no. So do you sell ice cream? It's going up. Okay, so it was great. Here are the answers: fall, rise, then fall, and the last one was rise. Now, let's move into tonicity again. So here we have 4 sentences. Now, I will ask you to, you'll have 10 minutes for this, so do it calmly, you're not in a rush. But here you have 4 sentences, and I will ask you to find the pre-head, the head, the tonic syllable or the nucleus, and the tail for each of the examples given. So again, you are not listening to the pronunciation here, so it can change. But here you will have to also use chunking, because for instance, if we take a look at the first example, let's do the first example together, so it's easier for you to do the following ones. So the first student to finish, there's a stop there, so we should use chunking. Okay, so can leave early. The first student to finish can leave early. Okay, so first you will have to check if it needs chunking or not. But spoiler alert, all of them need chunking in the ones that I gave you. So you will have to chunk the sentences first. Okay, so the first student to finish here, where do you think the nucleus should be? The first student to finish. The first student to finish. Where would you put the nucleus? Not sure? Okay, so yes?
Finish, maybe?
Yes, great. So yes, this would be the nucleus. Then which one is the first stress syllable here?
First?
Yes, so from first to two would be
It's
the head, and then the would be the
pre-head.
Yes, perfect, Karina, thank you. Now, we have the answers here. I'm gonna write them so it's clearer for you. So nucleus, the head, and the pre-head. Oh, this is really difficult. But for the second chunk, we will have to do the same, because although it is in the same sentence, it is a different IP. So, okay, let's check the second half. Can leave early. Where would you say the nucleus would be? Can leave early.
On leave?
Okay, so this will depend on the way you read or you listen to the sentences. But if I read the full sentence, I would say the first student to finish can leave early. Can leave early. So I
Maybe
think
that's
first.
the nucleus.
Sorry.
Maybe early is the nucleus there.
Yes. So I would say that the nucleus would be here in early. Why? Because well, I am the speaker and I am stressing it or trying to stress it more and make it like, yeah, I'm trying to make it the nucleus in this case. But you will have to, it will change depending on your, on the way that you pronounce it. But I will try to pronounce them for you so you can have an idea of what I am, how to say it, of where it should be. So it's not that difficult. But okay, so early, let's think early is the nucleus. Which one is stressed from these two? Any ideas? Which one would be the head?
Leave.
Yes, so leave, sorry, that was long. This would be the head, and then can would be the pre-head. Pre-head. I'm gonna just put the P. So yes, do you notice how to do it? I will, in order for you to be easier, I will put the chunks. So you know where the chunks are, because I think it will make it easier. It's already hard trying to identify the section, so why making it even more difficult, making you chunk it? So in the meanwhile, try to identify the components. So 10 minutes for this, but no, let's take 8 minutes because we did the first one together. So 8 minutes for this. Okay, do you think it's clear, the task? So we did the first example together. it shouldn't be really difficult, but try to identify the components. Okay, were you ready to finish? Are you ready? Yes, no? Guys, are you there?
Yes, Miss. Sorry.
No worries.
Um,
Were you able to finish?
I think so. I'm not sure of the answers, so
Don't worry, we will check
let's
them
say yes.
together. Yes, we will check them together. So let's move into the check-in section. So here we have the answers. Now, remember that the codes for these are the pre-head will be in light blue, then the head in blue, then the tonic syllable in red, and then the tail in green. In the first example, we did it together, but so I don't think we need to do it again. But let's go into the second example. So here you can see the chunking. Sorry, I'm gonna change into the, yes, here. So here you can see the chunking. Now, the first, yes, let's do it this way so I don't give you the answers right away and I can see your answers. So for number 2, can you tell me, Margaret, your answers?
Sadly, I wrote the nucleus, and she has the prehead, gone the head, and away the nucleus.
Okay, good. Thank you. I will remember those. I don't really have a space to write them, but let me check. So that one is the nucleus. We know that. Or yes, nucleus. Now, this was the head, right? Yes, you told me that. And
Yes.
this was the pre-head. I'm gonna just put a P. Now, in the third example, thank you, Margaret. In the third example, do I have any volunteers for number 3? Should I pick someone?
Miss,
Yes, Juan?
I can try, but I have a question.
Tell me.
Why sadly was the nucleus? I'm confused.
Because there is nothing else in that chunk.
Okay.
You see that that word is alone. So sadly, would be the nucleus in that case. Yes, yes, because it was on its own. It didn't have any anastressed syllables. And the first thing that we spot was the nucleus, right?
Okay.
Juan, would you mind doing the next example?
Yes, I'm very confused, but I will try.
Don't worry, we will check them together.
Yes, I have the person as the pre-head.
Okay, so the person as the pre-head. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm gonna erase
And who
Okay.
was as the head and watching as the nucleus.
Okay. Can you tell me the head again?
Who was?
Okay, who was would be the head. And the nucleus, which one?
Watching.
Okay, good. And me would be?
The tail.
Yes. And for the second half of the sentence?
Left a ticket is the head. No,
Okay.
left is the head.
So only left, right?
Left
Okay, yes.
and ticket is the nucleus.
Head, then nucleus, and then this would be the tail?
The tail.
Yes, it's the remaining. Thank you. And the last example. The last example?
It was right?
Yes, we will check it. We will check it. Don't worry.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Thank you. Fanny, would you mind giving your answer for the last example? Are you there? I don't know if Fanny is there. I think she's doing.
Yes.
Yes. Would you? Do you have the answer?
And the last one?
Yes.
Not really.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. Who else is there? Carla Muñoz. Are you there? No. Okay, let's do the last one together. So in this one, which one do you think would be the head? I mean, sorry, the nucleus.
Make.
Okay, yes, that's correct. Thank you. So this would be the tail, right? Because it's after the nucleus. Then from Allen and Couldn't, which one is stressed? Or the first stress? Any ideas where the head is?
I chose
Couldn't?
Alan and couldn't as the head, but I'm not sure.
Yes, yes, that's correct. Because Allen is stressed, so it should be the first two words, the head. And for the last part, so he took his place. Which one would be the nucleus? Any ideas?
Took.
Took. So you think, okay, you think took was the nucleus.
Yes.
Okay. So this would be the tail because it's after the
Yes.
nucleus. And this one, what should it be? What do you think it is? Sorry, I know the pointer is not really pointing, but in order for me to write. Okay, so this one. What it is? What is it? Sorry. The head or the
I
pre-head?
think that pre-head. So he
Yes.
pre-head.
Yes, that's correct. So let's check them now. Um, the second example, we already said that the nucleus, the tonic syllable or the nucleus would be sadly in the first chunk. Then when she has gone away, it would be away, the tonic syllable or the nucleus. Then in the head would be gone, and then she has would be the head because that's not stressed. We don't have a tail in this example. In the third one, we have watching as the tonic syllable. Then after watching, we have me, so it would be the tail. And then we have a person who was, and that would be the head. And because person is the first stressed syllable. And then we have the, which is unstressed, so that would instantly make it the pre-head. And for the second half of the sentence, we have left a ticket behind. The tonic syllable would be ticket, then behind would be the tail because it's after the tonic syllable, and then the head would be left a because left is the first stress syllable before the nucleus. And for the last one, we have make as the tonic syllable. After make, we have it, so that would be the tail. And then we have Alan couldn't. Alan is stressed, so that would make, I guess Margaret said it, and that was correct. That would be the head. And for the last half of the example, we have, so he took his place, and then the tonic syllable would be place. The head would be took his, because took is stressed. And then we have, so he, both words or syllables are not stressed, so they are the pre-head. And we don't have a tail here either, as in the second example. Do you think it's clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. I'm happy it's clear. So before we finish this session, let's do a short recap. Who can read? Do I have any volunteers? Nope. Maybe I can select some of you because the same people are always talking. So I don't know if the other ones are there. I know Carla said her microphone was not working, so that's fine. But for instance, what about Esteban Diaz? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. Would you mind reading the recap?
Okay.
Thank you.
Tone is the major pitch movement within the tone unit. In other words, it is the overall behavior of pitch. Rise, fall, fall, rise. Tonicity. Speakers use intonation to highlight some words that are important for the meaning they wish to convey. Within tonicity, we can find pre-head, head, tonic syllable, and tail. Tonality. The division of the spoken material into meaningful chunks.
Great, thank you. So I know this is a lot to take in one class, but we will continue practicing this, so you don't really have to worry. You will still learn more with practice. I was going to give you a homework, but when the PowerPoint presentation shut down and closed, um, the changes were not saved, so I don't have the homework now, but I will give it to you next week. But basically, I will ask you to create some sentences and find tonicity, tonality, and tone in each of them. But that would be it for today's class. I don't know if you have any questions before we finish the session, either for me or for Professor Bruno. That's fine. But if you have some questions, this is the perfect moment to ask. Do you think it was clear? Which one was the most difficult for you to understand? Any comments? Professor, I guess Professor Bruno's, yes. Would you like to say something, Professor Bruno? You're raising your hand.
Yes, Sophia, thank you for the class. I think it's, as you said, a bit complex, but it's easier always to start with dividing or segmenting the thought groups or intonation phrases, because after the segmenting or division of the tone units or intonation phrases, it's easier to identify the tonicity as usually the tonic syllable, right? The tonic syllable is almost always the last content word. So as you know, the last content words might be a verb, noun, adjective of an adverb. You look for the last one in that intonational phrase, and usually that's where the tonic syllable is placed. The nucleus is basically the tonic syllable, and where we talk about the tonic syllable is the syllable that carries the main or the one that's most prominent. The rest, if it's a long word, a word that contains, for example, 3 syllables, if the first syllable is the most prominent one, that is the tonic syllable, and the rest it should be part of the tail, because it's the tonic syllable, the most prominent syllable. Okay, that's where we place the nucleus or tonic syllable, and then tone has to do with this specific tonic syllable, in which we need to define whether it's a full rise, a full rise. Some phoneticians talk about 3 tones, others talk about 5, and others even talk about 8 different tones. We're not going to cover 8, we're not going to cover 5, right? We're going to just refer to at least 3, right? And tones, we have to remember that they convey the attitude of the speaker. If the speaker is requesting information, the speaker might be ironic, the speaker might be implying something completely opposite. That's why sometimes we get full rise, sometimes we get rise full, but I think that's going to be part of a different lesson, right? A different lesson. And my congratulations to you, Ms. Sophia, and to the students who actively participated.
Yes. Yes, thank you all for participating. I think it's, as always, it is really important for you to participate in order for you to actually learn. So for the following sessions and classes, try to participate and don't be afraid of making mistakes, because at some point we were all learning. I'm actually still learning a lot. So we're all learning, and there is no, like, I know this is like a phrase that you hear a lot, like there are no stupid questions, or don't be afraid to make mistakes. And it's really difficult to leave aside the fear of making mistakes, but you need to try. And if you practice and you leave that fear aside, you will learn a lot. So yes, that would be it for today. Do you have any comments before closing the session? No, yes. Juan?
I want to ask if you have the marks from our teaching.
That's for Professor Bruno, I guess. Yes, but you are yes, yes.
Yes, I do have the marks. But I have them in the Excel file. I haven't saved them as a PDF file to upload the file into the. So I can do that in the evening, because it's just saving the Excel file, and uh, hide the column with your names, leave the column with the ID number. You know that drill. And I'll do that this evening. All right, the grades for the micro teachings. And I was remembering the micro teaching sessions, because I remember a comment saying that they could put on the shoes of the teacher when they were teaching a topic from the features of connected speech. So sometimes you realize, right, that sometimes it was very hard to get students or classmates to participate in some of the sessions. So I think that's also a very good piece of learning, right? It's
of course.
It's something, and you never know. You never know. Yeah. Hopefully, we're not in the same situation in the next 3 years. But you never know. What if one of you guys are in the same position as Sophia, right? And you have to teach a class how to university.
Yes,
Students,
let's
we can
hope
never
we
this.
let's sorry. Go
Yeah,
on,
no,
go
no, no.
on.
I'm thinking coronavirus has taught us many lessons that you can never be sure about what's going to happen next day, next week, right? That's all. Sorry.
It's true.
So
Yes.
great, and yeah.
I was
Sorry,
about to
Sophia, go
close the
on.
session. Yes, so I was about to close the session. Thank you for participating. I honestly hope you learn. If not, we will continue practicing. But try to take a look into the 3Ts. And if you have any questions, again, as always, you can contact us and we will reply as fast as we can. So yes, that would be it for today. And I hope you have a lovely evening, a lovely rest of the day. Goodbye.
Bye, Miss.
Miss.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.